So yeah, this is our main joinery and carpentry workshop. We invested some money a few years back, so we was more in control of our own timescales. We was constantly being let down by outside sources, not having the materials on time. We couldn't always get the exact sizes we wanted, so we spent the extra money to get the material in raw form. So we buy in big planks of timber, which we can cut down on our resaw to any size. Then we can use the overhand planer to straighten it. And then we've got a four-sider, which machines the timber to any size. And we can also use that four-sider to make T&G boards, which we use quite a lot. So we can have seamless roof paneling, cabin sides, hull sides, with no joints whatsoever in solid timber. Or if you want a painted finish, we use tulip wood. And we can machine all that ourselves in-house. We have a lot less wastage. It's fully extracted in here and heated. So when we're using different types of glues, we don't have to worry about the glues not going off at different times of the year. A lot of our competitors are working on the water, so there's a lot of moisture in the air and stuff, so we can contain and make sure the quality is up to the standard it should be for joinery and glues to cure properly. We get our timber from various different places, but again, we make sure that's got all the records with it and all the paperwork to say it's been dried properly. Again, because moisture in timber and stuff, movement is not good, especially on boats. Here we have our spindle moulder. Again, to be health and safety compliant and make it easier and safer for our workforce. This is the auto feed for the machine, which makes it much safer for the employees. So there's no risk of chopping fingers off because this machine runs at various speeds, but very fast with very sharp cutters to machine the timber to whatever profile we want. So this is a big radius, so we like to use lots of curves. This one's a rebate block, so we can put a rebate into the timber, any depth, any height. So if we've got a machine corner trim, or if we need to rebate past some of the steel work to get over things, we can do with all that in-house very quickly, very efficiently, and to very high quality, and most importantly safely as well for the employees. So yeah, it's a good bit of kit. It makes it very versatile, so we can do everything in-house and we don't need to outsource any of our timber, which is much better than the olden days when we was constantly waiting for materials to come in. So we're totally in control of the quality and the timescales of our builds. This is quite an interesting machine. Looks very basic, and it is really. Very overlooked in joinery. A lot of people think it's unnecessary, but to make sure your timber's nice and straight before you start the machining process will save you money on material and just overall make a much cleaner, tidier job. We can start machining with nice straight timber. It just helps with wastage mainly. And there'd be various different processes during the build where we just want to take, even a few foul off some of the timber, so we can literally do that on this machine. It's not a machine that's used overly much, but it is an essential bit of kit in a joinery shop. So yeah, this is what's called a four-sider. So we have four cutters, so we can cut all four sides of the timber all in one go. Basically one pass will cut the timber to exactly what size we set onto the dials, so we can put in a piece of timber and literally get it to the exact size we need before maybe going back to the spindle moulder to put a rebate or whatever we need to on it. Very good machine, Italian made, not had any problems with it, to be fair, and it does make it very quick and easy to machine timber. This machine here is quite important for the process. This is a final sanding machine, so we have two bouts. One would be about 120 grit, so quite a coarse bout, and then one would be about 200 grit, so we get a really fine finish. So when we're putting our, whether it's painted or varnishes, we can get a really nice, smooth, luxury finish. We've done high gloss finishes and oils and varnishes, so it's that machine does a lot of work. If you've got to sand everything by hand, it can take 2 to 3 times as long. We can even put full doors, everything through this machine.